Okay, so this problem actually touches on a little bit of what I mentioned at the beginning of the first video, the beginning of the last video, where this is not an infinite geometric sequence, and we're not talking about the sum of it. They're just giving us a geometric sequence problem and asking for a certain term. So let's talk about how this is different. This says the first and second terms of a geometric sequence are P and SP in that order. What is the 734th term of the sequence? Okay, so first of all, let's talk about if we're given a geometric sequence and asked for a certain term, your equation, which you would have to just have memorized for this, is a to the n, or an, equals a1 times r to, wait, hold on, let me make sure I'm telling you this right. or a1, yes, there we go, times r to the n minus 1. Okay, so this is your geometric sequence formula. So what each of these mean? n is just your term, whatever term you're referring to. So this one, we're trying to find the 734th term. A1 is your first term, whatever your first term is, and r is your common ratio, which is how much bigger, or like what number, or how much you're multiplying by each time to get to the next number. Because remember, with geometric, you are multiplying. With arithmetic, you are adding. Okay, so let's talk about what we know here. We know our first term is P, and we know our second term is SP. Okay, so first of all, let's start filling some things in of what we do know here. We know that an, we're trying to find the 734. So that's going to be a to the 734 equals a1 is our first term, which it tells us our first term is P. Okay, so that is what I'm going to fill in for a1, times r. R is our common ratio. Okay, so let's think about this for a second. The common ratio is what you're multiplying each time to get to the next term. So let's talk about the difference between the first and second term. Our first term is P, our second term is SP. So the only difference is that we took our first term and multiplied it by S. Okay, so that means that since we multiplied by S to go from our first term to second term, S in this example would be our common ratio. That's what we're multiplying by. Your common ratio, your R, is what you multiply by to get from one term to the next. Sometimes usually it's numbers. In this case, it's a variable. So we're going to put S in for our R, because that is what we're multiplying by. That's our common ratio. And then up here, our exponent, n to the n minus 1. N, again, is whatever term you're trying to find. We're trying to find the 734th term. So that means we're going to put 734 in for n, and then subtract 1. Okay, so now when we simplify this, we just simplify this exponent, and we get a to the 734 equals p times s to the 733. Okay, so that is your solution, because that's as far as we can simplify it. So all we have to do is look over here and see which one matches. So as you can see in all of these examples, S actually comes first in each example. So if you want, you can rearrange this, okay, and just put S out in front. The exponent goes with it. So this would actually become S to the 733 times P, okay? So then once we rearrange that, we can easily see that our answer here would be C, because that matches our simplified version.